Now, okay, we got him on. Adam Flagler of the Oklahoma City Thunder guard, former Baylor guard and national champion, joins us now after a pretty good day today, the celebration of the NBA title. Adam, thank you very much for joining us with Paul and Craig and David Smoke. Congratulations. What's it like to have this kind of feeling of being a part of an NBA champion?
It's been amazing. First, I want to say, sick and embarrassed. Glad to be back. It's been a long time coming, but it was a dream come true. The parade was amazing, way past my imagination and expectation. And Oklahoma City came out supported like they've always been this whole year. So it was a dream come true.
Adam, the experience of March Madness and the NBA playoffs are very different. What would you say, though, are the biggest similarities between the two about the way that you feel as a player, preparing for it, going through it, and all of that?
Truthfully, at the end of the day, it's basketball,
Mm-hmm.
So, the things within the lines that need to be prioritized are still the same. And I would say traveling, March Madness was, tougher because you have, those weekend games, and then you have 4 or 5 days, and then you would play like a Thursday, Saturday, or Friday, Sunday. Whereas, in the NBA and the playoffs, you get to at least be on the road for 4 to 5 days straight, playing those 2 games. So atmosphere, electric. Sadly, when we won it was around COVID. So we were looking at, just fake pictures and stuff in the crowd. But, it was still an amazing experience. I would never, ever change, anything about our experience at Baylor.
Adam, you've been around Oklahoma City now for a couple of years. Why this year? Why this team? Why was this the one to get it done in your estimation, just seeing all the ins and outs of everything?
I would say, I have to give credit for the, past Thunder players that have, built this foundation. Sam Presti's done a great job of bringing in the right type of guys that are, willing to buy in and sacrifice. And, last year we felt like we came up short. It was the first time, that group was even, in the playoffs and experiencing everything that came with it. So coming back this year, we knew that we were going to, have an edge, excitement. And we knew that once we got those trades in and guys, took advantage of this past summer and got better, that we were going to be off and running. And once we really got to the playoffs for the first round and moving forward, we were prepared. We've been thinking about it really ever since the season started. So,
is there any difference in winning a national title in college basketball compared to a world championship in the pros?
I would say, for me as a kid, I always dreamed of being a part of March Madness. That's really all I watched a lot growing up. North Carolinas and the Kansases and all that growing up. So I thought winning a national championship was more attainable, but when I got to the NBA and was around this organization and on this team, I was like, this is really possible. And when it happened, I'm still at all, thinking about it. But being the best team at that time in the world, you can't take that away. You can't take that away. And all of us put in the work to get to that point.
You guys were extremely confident throughout the regular season, had that great regular season of playoffs. Was your confidence built before the regular season, or did the regular season allow you to come through and have to go to game 6s and 7s like you did, where it didn't seem after you had some bad games that you weren't flapped at all? It was just, all right, that one's over. There's one on Thursday night. Let's go.
Welcome, guys. You're at the 10th Mountain Whiskey and Spirit Company tasting room here. So we're located in basically central Colorado in the Rocky Mountains. Our 2 flagship whiskeys are our rye whiskey and our bourbon. Our rye whiskey is our most awarded spirit. Our bourbon's our best seller. We're very proud of it. We think you're going to love it too. If you don't like it, send it back to us. We'll drink it for you.
10th Mountain Whiskey and Spirit Company, Colorado.
For one, this was a special group. The guys that we had on this team, were resilient. We're dogs. Our coach calls us bad MFs. So I would just say throughout the whole season, we learned from really our success. We were able to have that record throughout the regular season, winning the most games and be as dominant as we were. And we had to really learn through success. And sometimes that's hard, but we had a team that was disciplined enough and really willing to, push one another to get to this point. But it really all started during the summer when we, made those trades and we started doing pickup and really just getting to interact with each other outside of basketball and spend time. And once we started on the right foot there, it allowed us a runway to get to where we were today. So
you're no stranger to the state of Oklahoma. I played there, plenty, but being there as part of the home NBA team, what's the basketball fandom and culture like there? It seems amazing. You mentioned the parade and how much fun and all that was, but can you speak to a fandom that has nothing but the Thunder in college sports and just how that comes out in droves for you guys?
Best fans in the NBA by far. They, have been amazing all season. Obviously, I wasn't here, 5 years ago, but some of my teammates talked about how when there was 24 wins in a season for those guys, the fans were still there and were super supportive. So it just really meant a lot to be able to bring a championship, the first one to the organization, back to Oklahoma. And, they showed up like they've always done this whole season at this parade today. And, I'm a little winded and tired from all the excitement and just running around and having fun with those fans. So.
Yeah, you had a parade when you won the national title.
Right.
It was right there near downtown in Waco, not far from the campus. Obviously, this is an NBA championship. It's a world championship.
Right.
Does today and then following winning it all on Sunday night, just like you will have to lay down and take the largest power nap of all time?
Yeah, indeed. I haven't really been sleeping really since we won. All of us as a team have been going out and just having fun and spending a lot of time together. And, I think it's just the beginning, to be honest. They want to do something the whole week. So I don't know if I have all the energy for that. But, yeah, it was amazing, the parade. I credit just the fans and the whole state for coming out. The mayor shut so many things down for us to be able to have this moment. And truly, it was one of the best days, that I've had. So, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Emery Winter is our local Thunder fan here in the studio, also a Baylor alum. So the two greatest moments of his life, Adam, you are a part of as a Baylor Bear and a player for the Thunder. He wanted me to ask you about Aaron Wiggins and how he kind of took over the room today at the parade.
Aaron is a man of many talents. He's a special type of person, and I'm thankful for him personally because when I first got here, he was somebody that I could really lean on, and he was kind of like a vet to me, even though he's not that much older than me. But yeah, we were hyping him up while he was on stage talking, and then when he got the crowd involved, we were like, no more. Nobody else needs to talk. That was cinematic what we just saw. So I'm glad you talked about Wiggs because he is one of one, and I'm glad we got him with this team.
The chemistry of the team, youth, some veteran leadership, and guys that, like you said, that were Presti put this team together very, very well. Was there any drama at all when you win 16, 8 or 9 games and then you roll right into the championship and win it? Was there ever anything where you guys had to kind of overcome adversity?
The most drama we might have had was we played cards on the plane rides to the games. These guys are, very receptive, when they need to be better. And, anybody on the team, top to bottom, can speak their mind, especially if everybody has intent, for all of us to be better. So, no, there was never really any drama at all. There were times where guys got competitive, but we all knew it was from a good place. And, when you have those abilities to be able to be open and willing to be, critiqued, especially somebody like Shea, if I wanted to say something, I saw something maybe that he couldn't see at the moment, man, it was like he was gravitating towards those type of conversations because he just wants to be the best version of himself. So.
I've got to ask you a question. You mentioned how you were known as, I think you said tough MF, whatever it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
That obviously was something that you never heard at Baylor from Scott Drew, correct?
I never.
King McClure told me that he said the S word one time, and it was because he was like just pushed to the brink about a practice. I can't imagine a practice going so bad he would even get past that one. It probably took everything in him to do that.
I only really have one experience, and I mean it was definitely warranted. We were on the road and we were just playing horrible, energy wise, execution. We just weren't looking like ourselves. And he came into the locker room and it was so funny because when he did curse, everybody looked like it doesn't even sound right coming out of your mouth right now. We know you don't cuss, but we knew he was serious and we knew we needed to get on point. But yeah, it's definitely I wouldn't say Coach Dagnall curses a lot, but you go from really 0 to 100 at that point because Coach Drew never cursed.
Well, you've won a national title and an NBA title, and you're young, and you have your career ahead of you, and you had an opportunity to be a part of it. I can't even imagine what that was like. Kenrich Williams, who played at University High School in Waco, then he played at TCU, and Kenrich, he ended up being like one of the veterans of that team. What kind of year do you think, and how part of that glue that helped this team do what they did?
Man, there's three people that we consider the true glues, the team as well as the organization, and it was Kenrich, Shea, and Lou. Those guys were here 5 years ago when the team was winning 18, 16 games and was being critiqued about possibly trying to tank on purpose. So to see them being able to reap the reward of just the consistency and the work and discipline that they had just in those moments to get to this point now, I just can't be more happy for them. And me and K Rich were really locked in, especially once he knew that I was coming to OKC. We spent some time throughout my college career. He would come back and play pickup and stuff. Mm-hmm. So once we became teammates, we kind of let that rivalry go away from TCU and Baylor. We let it go. We squashed it. He knows at the end of the day, what it is, but I try not to bring it up now that we're both champs.
You mentioned Lou Dort, and I was just about to ask you about him. He might be my favorite player to watch on your team because he is like, you kind of forget about him for a second, and then all of a sudden, for 5 minutes, he's ruined the other team's game.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to see him. His work ethic has to be second to none.
Yeah. Nobody deserves more recognition, credit than Lou. And I'm super happy that he was able to get first team all defense because, he's been doing this for a minute now. He's been very disruptive, and obviously he's been able to do it this year at the biggest stage possible. So I'm glad you brought up Lou because, man, we got some incredible guys. But, everybody was rallying behind Lou, and he's really the engine that, makes us go on the defense end. And that's why you see the most, dominant defensive team that there's been in a long time.
Adam, have you ever eaten at Mickey Mantle's Steakhouse in OKC?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you got to do that. We used to cover like the regional tournament was there, women's basketball with it, and it's just an incredible steakhouse. If you like steak, but they have other things too. But it's an old-fashioned type setup. It almost looks like you're going into a place in Chicago that would have been on The Sopranos.
Oh,
but
nice. Okay.
It's an incredible place. It's not that far away, in fact, from the arena and or the ballpark, the minor league ballpark, and also much more. Great to have you on. I didn't know if you'd be able to respond because so much going on, whirlwind. Congratulations, man, and we're proud of you and have a great rest of your week.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Adam Flagler, Oklahoma City Thunder guard, Baylor national champion with us on 365 Sports.